These are stories about my reluctant and courageous journey into understanding my emotions and what I learned. I'm super grateful for the questions you ask because they are guiding this fantastic adventure. This week's topic comes from Sam, who wanted to know how to find their creativity when bored, which means this week's topic is, why is being bored a good thing for creativity? In this video, I'll focus on a time when it was hard to get through boredom. In the next video, I'll focus on a time I realized boredom was a good thing. Then I'll talk about a time it was easier to be bored because I knew creativity would show up. In the next video, we'll meditate, and then you get to watch the Fridity, or the Friday Ditty, where I wrap it all up and I get a little poetic and a little nerdy. All the videos will appear in the playlist, Why is Being Bored a Good Thing for Creativity? So, if you have a question like Sam did, comment below or DM me on Instagram. I'm Angela, and this is me making sense of myself. The question I'm going to start with today, just to get my thoughts moving, is what is it like for you to be bored? Well, like anyone who's bored, it totally sucks. I think that when I feel bored, it feels quiet. There's this, I don't know if it's a pressure that I want to say that I feel, but it's like it's too quiet. There's nothing new. There's no novel experience, and I look around and all I see are the same things, and the feeling is bland. And I tend to, I think when I start realizing that I'm bored, I start thinking, what do I start thinking? I'm trying to think. What do I start thinking when I'm realizing I'm bored? I think that I start thinking that I should be doing something else, but there are some times that I really, really love boredom. After a busy week, I just want to veg out, or maybe a lot's going on and there's some silence and I have time to be quiet and bored. And sometimes I like it and sometimes I fight it. So let's see, I think I'm going to answer the question, like, how do I get through being bored when I don't like it? That's a really good question. What do I do? I think I might start looking for things when I start noticing that I'm bored. I read a lot. I probably have 5 books going right now, and I switch around in the books when I'm bored, or I'll start in my mind putting together ideas, not always on purpose. When I say on purpose, putting together ideas like brainstorming, I just get a little bit curious, like, what would happen if we did this? Or what would happen if this happened? And I wonder how it would work if we mix, I don't know, lemon and chocolate, which actually sounds really good, surprisingly, right now. Or what's something else? Someone told me once about bacon and chocolate. Someone had to be really bored to try that. I just want to say that. But I've heard it's amazing. Most of the time, I think I'm okay with being bored. Sometimes I'm not. But I also know that when I'm bored, it gives my brain time to process. Like, as you all know, I love meditating. And meditation can be quite boring. And when I'm sitting in meditation, especially one where it's, I'm just really focusing on my breathing and listening to my heart, when I sit in that meditation, there's this knowing that something will arise when it's time for it to arise. And I think having that knowledge that when something comes, a thought or a feeling, that it will be exactly what it needs to be in that moment, and I don't have to change it. I just get to wait. So sometimes, I hadn't thought about that before, but sometimes it's like an eager, I'm not sure if eager is the right word, like an eager boredom is what I was going to say, but I can sit in boredom and be curious and wonder, I wonder what's going to happen next. And I think for me, that helps me get through it. And that also makes it okay to be bored. Like, because I know that these surprising ideas or thoughts are going to pop up eventually. And I don't have control over making them. Like, no creative person that I know of is like, I'm going to specifically go create this. Like, usually it starts with an idea, and then that process, throughout the creative process, it morphs into something. It's like at the beginning of any project, it feels like chaos, and trust me, I sometimes want to stop at the beginning of any kind of project. But eventually it morphs into what it needs to be, and that's only done by being open to the possibilities. So I think in boredom, what happens is I try to remain open and curious as to what the possibilities are of what's going to come next. Some of the signs that tell me that I know I'm getting through being bored are that the curious thinking, the willingness to look at things as if they're brand new. Every once in a while when I'm bored, I will pretend that everything is new in my environment and be like, whoa, how do I, like really practice looking at things from a new perspective or looking at them again, which I think is a lot of fun. And I definitely challenge you to try that if you're feeling bored. So I would love to hear from you. How has boredom helped you with your creative endeavors? This video will be located in the playlist, Why is Being Bored a Good Thing for Creativity? I'm Angela, and this is me making sense of myself.